What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei, place to be chilling, Mr. A&D. Better give you guys another Smackdown review from June 19th, 2020. And yes, that was the day of Juneteenth. So I hope everybody's out there, learning and educating themselves about, the holiday of the last slaves being free from America. And we have a Smackdown episode here that actually was pretty darn good. I actually enjoyed the Smackdown because it's very rare that I enjoy the Smackdown episodes. So this one here is we start off with AJ Styles being presented the Intercontinental Championship. Okay, and with the Intercontinental Championship being presented, there's all the mid card superstars around the ring. Nobody like big special or anything. And he says, you know what? It feels good to win the Intercontinental Championship. And he said, but you know what, Charlie, you're not the one that presented to me. No, I want Daniel Bryan. So he calls Daniel Bryan in there, and he wants him to put the belt on him. And then so he puts the belt on him. He said, no, that's not enough. I want you to present that I'm the new Intercontinental Champion. I mean, unless you're a coward, kind of throws the coward thing back at Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan says, fine, but you know what? If you want to be a good Intercontinental Champion, you would defend it to the likes of people like Cesaro or people like Big E or even Drew Gulak, who beat you last week and stuff like that. So he said, hold on, my vision for the Intercontinental Champion is not your vision for the Intercontinental Championship. And then all of a sudden we hear the bro. So Matt Riddle comes down to the ring doing the whole bro thing, and then Matt Riddle is ready to challenge AJ Styles. He gets up in his face, and they start balling it out, knocks AJ outside the ring, and we have an impromptu match of Matt Riddle taking on AJ Styles in his debut on SmackDown. So we get Matt Riddle and AJ Styles after the commercial break, and everybody's on the outside, so it's like a lumberjack matchup. Oh, Matt Riddle comes out with a quick German suplex to AJ Styles. The match is only 3 minutes long. It's not nothing really long, nothing really special to Scarface here, but on the outside, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles look at Daniel Bryan. He pushes Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan trying to get in a fight with him, but then he's like, everybody's like, no, it's cool, Daniel. Don't even worry about that. But then as he gets back in the ring, Matt Riddle hits him with his finishing move, that falling flat tombstone thing, and Matt Riddle wins and beats AJ Styles on his debut here on SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown. So good debut for Matt Riddle and stuff like that. So I thought it was, like I said, AJ Styles and Matt Riddle can have a really good matchup. Probably at, I don't know, I'm guessing Extreme Rules. If they want to have a championship match, that would be a good match. It's a one-on-one match with them two. See how that'll play out. Shorty G is going up against Mojo Rawley here. Nothing really quick special here as Mojo tries to go for his splat thing, and then he gets rolled up by Shorty G. Shorty G wins the matchup. Jeff Hardy talks about, the redemption and how, when he gets the victories, he feels as though he's on the right path, and when he doesn't, he feels as though that, he has to keep talking himself from going back down that dark path, and he keeps mentioning Sheamus. So the whole thing with him and Sheamus is not even over yet. So I don't know if they're gonna have another thing at Extreme Rules. Hardy needs to be careful. He is 42 years old. He acknowledged that. And then Sheamus plans to next week, when they interview Sheamus, I'm just going to combine them all together, to do a toast to Jeff Hardy next week. So I don't know what that entails, what that plans, but obviously this feud is not yet over. So we probably are going to get something at Extreme Rules between these two. Miz TV with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. And Mandy Rose is like, look, I'm tired of dealing with this thing, Sonya Deville. And then Sonya keeps talking about the same thing over again, that she's tired of Mandy Rose. She only gets over because she's blind and she's pretty, but I'm the more superior athlete than her, and I'll make your life hell. And she says, you know what, you're focused on this, but Otis has been there for me. He's been over there since day one, and you all dispelling all this hate. So Sonya can't take it no more. She hits off Mandy Rose, and then they start brawling, back and forth brawling, and then all of a sudden, Miz and Morrison, they try to break it up, but then Miz gets slapped by Mandy Rose before Mandy Rose walks off. So it looks like they're setting up something between Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville at SummerSlam. Excuse me. I would like at SummerSlam, but like they're doing something for Extreme Rules. You never know. Have Mandy get her win back, because she definitely did. Sonya beat her I think twice, once for cheating and once like that. So I think hopefully for Mandy to get her win back. Then we get the New Day taking on the Lucha House Party, Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado. Decent matchup here. The New Day are filling in more of their attire, it looks like, or they just changed the attire to the yellow and black or something like that. But I don't know. I was enjoying the whole, filling in the attire thing. They hit the midnight hour on Grand Metalik, win the matchup. But after the match, Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro attack the New Day. Cesaro bench presses like Kofi or Joseph like the top rope, looks painful, and gives Big E the neutralizer. And then he comes and high five Sasha Banks and Bayley, who is on commentary, by the way. And then he goes over to Michael Cole. He says, you treat us like this. He said, look what we did to them in there, and then we deserve a shot, and you come out here, you treat us like this, like we are long overdue. He says 8 years and you treat me like this. He said, I had nothing to do with it. So it felt so passionate from Cesaro, because I'm sitting there thinking the same thing. Also, Cesaro has been here for a long time, okay, and Cesaro has never gotten he just never got what he deserved. You know what? Because when Antonio Cesaro first came, and he was with Oksana, I was like, okay, he's just one of them, foreigners that, is a pretty decent grappler, but I don't know if he'll make anything. When Cesaro had that match with Sami Zayn at NXT, that's when I knew this is where Cesaro is the shit. And he has been getting overlooked. And Nakamura, like from 2018 to now, Nakamura has had the awful fall from grace since then. So them saying that when they're talking to Mark Cole on the announce table, I'm like, look, I agree with everything you agree with everything you're saying. As Sasha Banks is getting up, Nikki Cross comes out of nowhere to attack Sasha Banks, and then they start having a brawl, which leads to an impromptu match between Nikki Cross and Sasha Banks. So the matchup was, it was a short matchup, about another 3-4 minute matchup. Sasha Banks hits the meteor and then rolls and it pins Nikki Cross with that, and it picks up the win here. Alexa Bliss comes down, but they get out of dodge. So it really didn't mean anything, as Sasha and Bayley are moving on to bigger and better things. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross thing, and I necessarily don't care, because I've never been a fan of that team. So we are getting the return of the Firefly Funhouse of Bray Wyatt, and then as we hear, he talks about where he's been and the things he learned and certain dances he learned. It was kind of cool. But then Braun Strowman comes out and it's basically like, cut the crap, Bray. He try to hear none of that kind of stuff. So with that being said, Bray Wyatt it's like disorients, and then goes back to the cabin, and then you see Bray Wyatt come back, the old cult leader Bray Wyatt, and I made you, Braun. Bray Wyatt with the black mask. He says, you gotta follow the buzzards, and it looks like they're teasing a Bray Wyatt return to hold off the Fiend, but have a Bray Wyatt, kind of like a Three Faces of Foley thing going on with like Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt, then the regular Bray, old school cult leader Bray Wyatt, then the Fiend Bray Wyatt. So it looks like that's what they're probably trying to do. Don't know if they're going to hold that off for SummerSlam or not, or if they're going to have them go at it again at Extreme Rules. But, cause I don't want Bray losing too many times, no matter what kind it is, to be completely honest with you. But I still, like I said, so the Bray Wyatt thing came out. I thought it was kind of cool, and I really enjoyed it. So, but guys, that was SmackDown. Like I said, it wasn't much of SmackDown. A lot of big segments lead to one, like the Matt Riddle AJ stuff. That was like all the first half hour of SmackDown. Then you had the whole the two couple matches, then the Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Cesaro New Day thing. That was all one big thing, and that took up another 40-something minutes. So so SmackDown kind of went fast with very little of the segments and stuff like that. So I enjoyed it. So I give SmackDown a thumbs up this week. So post out comments down below how did you guys enjoy SmackDown this week. Give a like if you guys enjoyed my review. Hit the subscribe button for more WWE content right here on Nerd Coalition. So once again, this is NC Place to Be. Children Mr. and Nerd Coalition is out.